Welcome back to episode 19 of Out of the Park Baseball 24. In this episode, we'll see if we're for real or not in the division. We get a 3-game series against the Nationals, but then we get a big 4-game series against the Cardinals that will either make or break the division race for us. And then a 3-game series against the Miami Marlins. So let's get into it. I mean, this is big time. We currently have a 1-game lead. To review the last episode, we went 7-3 in 10 games, but Zach Wheeler got hurt. Now he's out for 2 more weeks, approximately, which will, looking back on the calendar, will get him back right at the end of the regular season, which isn't ideal. You would love for him to come in, be able to do a rehab start or 2 in the minor leagues to be ready to go for the playoffs, but we don't have that luxury right now. So we just got to go where it is. Just play what we have available. Now let's go to our email and check the little series preview. The Nationals are 45 games below 500, so they're really bad. It's pitching for us, it's Barron, Ashby, Woodruff, and for them it's Klesmit, Henry, and Gore. Abrams, Garcia, Rees, Catalino, and Meneses are their top players. So, big 3-game series to get us going for the big Cardinals series. Game 1. Hopefully we can win. Game 1. We won 4-1. Let's go. Corbin Burns threw 6 1/3, gave up 1 run on 4 hits, and Cam Robinson came in through 2 2/3. No hits, no walks, no runs, 3 strikeouts. So that's a good outing by both C. Burns and C. Robinson. And Cam Robinson got his first save of the year. Hitting side, Garrett Mitchell or Luis Rios with his 15th double of the year. Willie Adames with his 43rd home run of the year. This is ridiculous by Willie Adames. He is a shortstop, and he is hitting 43 home runs this year. Just insane. Garrett Mitchell also had a home run, his 11th of the year. The two home runs are both solo shots. Winker had a hit. Trang had a hit. Yelich had a hit, and Caratini had 2 hits. Caratini also had a 2-out RBI. He had 2 RBIs. Bryce Trang had his 31st stolen base of the year. So, game 1 of the series, check. Against a very bad team. Here comes game 2 of the series. Hopefully. Oh, it's loading. Game being weird again. All right. 3, 2, 1. Game 2. Win. 4-3. Aaron Ashby, 4 innings, 3 runs, 3 hits. Outside of that, we went Wilson, inning and a third scoreless. Milner, 2/3 of an inning scoreless. Cam Robinson, inning and 2/3. 1 hit, 1 strikeout, scoreless. Got the win. Strzelecki came in, stranded a runner. Devin Williams with his 37th save of the year. So, good days for my pitchers. Aaron Ashby still rounding into form. Playoff rotation's not going to have Aaron Ashby in it, so don't have to worry about that. Hitting, Trang with his 29th double of the year, Contreras with his 14th home run of the year, a solo shot. Mitchell, Adames, Tellez, Urias, and Trang all added singles with Urias having 2 singles. Trang with his 32nd stolen base of the year, Urias had an error, and then Frelick had an outfield assist. So, we got the series win. We'll just keep trying to plug along. We now have a 2-game lead in the Central. So, here comes Game 3, trying to get a sweep of the Washington Nationals. And here we go. And we won. So we finished out with a sweep of the Washington Nationals. The Cardinals lost 2 games in this series, so now we're up 3 games in the NL Central. Let's look at the box score real quick. Brandon Woodruff had a Brandon Woodruff game, 6 2/3, 5 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Pampas, and 2/3, stranded 2 runners in the 7th, and 3 hits, 1 run, 1 strikeout. And then Matt Bush, 2/3 of an inning to finish out the game. We won 6-1, so it was not a save. We scored early. We're up 4-0 in the 3rd and never looked back. So hitting-wise, Contreras had his 18th double of the year. Brian Anderson had his 14th double of the year. Willie Adames with his 44th home run of the year, a 3-run home run. Garrett Mitchell had 2 singles. Willie Adames added a single. Contreras added a single. Voit with a single. Frelick with a single along with Trang. And Brian Anderson. O'Brien also added a single to his double. Stolen bases for Urias and Frelick, and Mitchell went his 6th stolen base of the year. So maybe teams, after he stole, almost 50 bases, decided, hey, we should probably check and make sure he's not going to steal bases and do pitch outs, or just be very aware of him stealing bases. You would have thought they would have done that before we got to like 49 stolen bases, but you never know. So that's big that was a big series, especially with the Cardinals losing 2 games. That really helps. Our magic number was 16 at the end of the last episode. Now it's 11. So that's big time. I think it's 11. I'm pretty sure. Because we had... But we'll go. Alright, big time series against the Cardinals. They are 86 and 63. We have Hauser, Lauer, Peralta, Burns. They have Wainwright, Rockles, Whitlock, and Montgomery. They also have Arenado, Edmund, Goldschmidt, Nootbaar, and the bad Contreras, Wilson. So that's the preview for this series. And what it all comes down to. Let's get a magic number for sure. Let's see what this is the time of year where I like counting down of magic numbers. Yes, 11. So if we win the rest of the games in this episode, we would have clinched the division. I don't think we're going to do that, but that's where we're at. Magic number 11, game 1 of 4 against the Cardinals. And here we go. Really thinking hard about this. Okay. Now it's not going to respond. Thinking. Bryce Wilson suffered a day-to-day injury. 3, 2, 1. Bryce Wilson suffered a day-to-day injury, tender elbow It's going to take 1 week. I'm not going to put him on the injured list because it has to be for 15 days, and I don't think that's going to be the best way. I'm just going to go into his screen and bench him for 7 days, so then he can't pitch, because there's no need for him to pitch if he has a bad elbow. We have enough pitchers, so not that worried. But let's go back to the home page after I dealt with that. All right, so we lost 9-2, so not good, not ideal. Hauser threw 3 2/3, 7 hits. 6 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and a home run. Giving up Bryce Wilson 2/3 of an inning, gave up a run, and Tanner Scott 2 2/3, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits, and Hobie Milner threw a scoreless inning. Wainwright had a Wainwright performance, so that's a little irritating. Hitting wise, we scored 2 runs on 5 hits. Caratini had a double. Mitchell had 2 singles. Berrettini had 2 singles. Toro had a single. Outside of that, that was it. RBIs, Mitchell and Turang with singles. Mitchell and Tellez with RBIs. So, not a good game 1. This is probably just an email telling me that Bryce Wilson is hurt. But that's fine. I can delete that real quick. Got that already taken care of. Alright, game 2 of the series. This is a big one. I don't want to be going down 0-2 in the series, but we did. No? Is it loading? Oh, that was just to finish the day. Alright, game 2 of the series. For real this time. Let's go. But we did lose. We lost 6-4. But we've clinched the playoffs. So if you look over here, playoffs clinched. So that's good. But I don't want to clinch the playoffs. I want to win the division. But I did hit one of my goals, one of the owner goals. Freddie Peralta, 6 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs on 8 strikeouts. Robinson, inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs with 2 strikeouts. Peter Strzelecki with the loss and run save. 1/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. Strzelecki also inherited 2 runners and let them score. So, not a good day for Strzelecki, but let's go and see. Hitting wise, because we scored runs. When we scored enough runs to have a blown save. We were up 4-2 in the 8th. That's one that we should have probably ended up winning. Luis Rios had his 16th double of the year. Garrett Mitchell had his 2nd triple of the year, which scored a run. Damas had a single. Urias added a single to his double. Brian Anderson single. Sal Frelick single. Willie Damas with his 10th stolen base of the year. Outside of that, nothing too great. It's a big time one where we need the next 2 games. This is just saying we clinched a playoff spot. So here we go in game 3. Hold up. Oh, it was a doubleheader. We lost 2 games yesterday, so that's really good. We lost one 1-8 and one 4-6. It must have been a rain out doubleheader. Rain out from the day before and then doubleheader that day. So that's why we are tied in the division and we made it to that far. So this is a big one to get us back. We can't get swept in a 4-game series when we had a 3-game lead going into the series. Like, that just kills you. It would kill us. Like, we would go from having a really good chance to just imploding. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. And we imploded so far in this series. This is why I said these 4 games in this series would be huge. We lost 7-4. Again, we gave up another late lead. We're up. I mean, I know it was only 1 run, but we gave up 4 runs in the 8th inning. We can't do that. Robinson and Sterlecki again, man. I mean, Burns threw 6. He had a quality start. 6 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits. I mean, it's still not a great outing, but I mean, he went 6 innings, but then we allowed 2 runs in the 7th and 2 runs in the 8th. It's just not good. Not good from our pitching staff. 2 blown leads. Those are 2 games. If you win one of those 2 games, you're a game up. If you win 2 of them, you're 2 games up. Like, now you're a game back because you got swept in a series from the team that was in second place. Winker had his 23rd double. Mitchell with his 3rd triple. Mitchell with his 12th home run of the year, solo shot. So Mitchell had 7 bases. Willie had 3 singles. Urias with a single. Contreras with a single. Voit with a single. Winker added a single to his double. After getting a sweep, I know it was against a bad team, but I thought I had some momentum, right? No. Now we're playing the Marlins again. Hopefully we can turn it around. Losing 4 games in a row is not ideal, but you can't continue to lose games and try to build up momentum and start to feel good about it. But against the Marlins, it's Ashbury, Woodruff, Hauser, and then Rogers, Alcantara, Perez, and then it's the same 5 as literally like as the last episode. So here we go. Magic number is no longer available. Game 1 against the Marlins. Well, if we can turn around, we do not. We lost 7-1. Ashby gave up 7 runs in 4 innings. So that excuse me. That'll do it right there. We also didn't hit the ball very well. 1 run, 6 hits, but they're all Ford had a double. Outside of that, it was Damas single, Rowdy single, Louis 2 singles, Terang single, Terang 33rd stolen base of the year. Not a good day. Hopefully we can get off this schneid. We lost 5 in a row. We have to turn it around. Have to turn it around. Game 2 against the Marlins. Oh my. Lost again. And the Cardinals are leaving the door open for us. They lost their first 2 games of their next series to their own. If we would have won one of them, we would be tied again for the division. Man, oh man, are we just not capitalizing. This time we didn't score. Again, we didn't score runs. We had a good outing. Good pitching day. I mean, Cam Robinson blew a lead, but like we have to score more than 1 run. Woodruff 5 2/3 scoreless, 4 hits, 2 walks. Milner scoreless 3rd in the 6th. Strategy runner Hudson allowed 2 runs on 3 hits, and Strzelecki in a scoreless 8th. Yeah, we just need to do better hitting the ball. Again, 1 run on 6 hits. Turang with his 30th double, McEwen with his 24th double, Rowdy, Contreras, Urias, and Turang all added singles, and Turang had his 34th stolen base, as I said earlier. So, this is a big game coming up here. I mean, this was another 10-game episode, and right now we are 3-6. So, we're tied. If we win this and the Cardinals lose, we're still tied for the division lead. Like, the division is still gettable, especially with 3 more games against the Cardinals coming up. It's definitely a gettable stretch here. We just have to hopefully win this game, get us back on track, make us feel a little bit better than how we're feeling right now. Yeah, it's okay. Thank God. We won. It's 3-2. We won 3-2. We are tied for the division. So, with 6 games left, magic number is 6 for us to win the division. Pitching, Adrian Hauser, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Bush came in, had a runner stranded, or came in with a runner on. Hobie Milner ended up getting the win with an inning and a third, no runs. Strzelecki with a hold, inning and a third, no runs. Pampas with a hold, 2/3 of an inning with no runs, 1 hit. And Devin Williams got his 38th save of the year in 1 inning, allowing 2 hits, and got a strikeout. Hitting wise, Luis Rios with his 25th home run of the year. Luke Voigt with his 18th home run of the year. Garrett Mitchell with a hit. Luis Rios with a single along with his home run. Brian Anderson with a hit. Yelich and Frelick all added hits along, and then Luke Voigt had his home run. Outside of that, there's nothing else. So, we come into the last off day of the year. We're tied in the division with the St. Louis Cardinals. We have a 3-game series against the Cardinals, a 3-game series against the Cubs. So, this next series might be it. What it's going to come down to, because they have the Reds in this stretch. So, first of all, you look, if any team sweeps the other team, I think, it's 7 because of its tiebreakers, and I don't know how tiebreakers are going to break out. So that's why it's 7. But if the next series against the Cardinals is the biggest series of them all. So that should be interesting. Plus, the 2 seed's still in play. It's close, but we're 3 games back. I don't think we're going to get the 2 seed. So, what that means is that we have to start thinking about pitching, right? So if we go game 1, game 2, game 3, right? So it's Lauer, Peralta, Burns, Ashby, Woodruff, Hauser. Let me take a picture of that real quick so I can, when I go to schedule, I can kind of plan this out. So it's Lauer, Peralta, Burns, Ashby, Woodruff, Hauser. So, what's the time? 4 days for, it'll be 3 days. So 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it's going to be right around the Chicago's debut for Wheeler, which I might hold him. It depends. Well, either way, we're in the playoffs either way. And as much as I would love to win the division, would it be more important to get, I think the divisional round is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or the wild card round, right? That makes sense. One day off, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be Burns. So we could do that, and then we could figure it out from there. Or we could take Ashby and Woodruff and switch them, and then maybe bump Wheeler or Ashby out. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to do it now so I don't forget. I'm going to move Woodruff up a game. So Lauer in the game 1 of Cardinals, Peralta game 1 of Cardinals, or game 2 of Cardinals, Burns game 2 of Cardinals. And then what I can do is Woodruff game 1 of Cubs. Hopefully Wheeler comes back, or I can pitch these two. But then at that point, Freddie Peralta should be ready to go, I would think, because we would have an off day, we'd be fully rested, we could be ready to go. Or what I could do is say, hey, Freddie, are you fully rested? He's fully rested. We're switching. We're going next starter 1, right? Because then he'll be ready to go. Because I can try to hopefully throw Wheeler, or I can just stay with my 6-man. Lauer can finish here, and then even if it's Monday, which it's not going to be, but I can still go Freddie, Burns, Woodruff in the 3-game series in the wild card. All right, I can go 1, 2, 3. And if Wheeler comes back and throws a game, Wheeler can be in there. And maybe pitch game 1 of the NLDS if we make it that far. I'll watch, but I think we should be fine with 2. We're just bumping everyone up a day, but the thing is, it's not really bumping them up a day if we had that off day, right? Like, I'm just skipping the off day. So we should be ready there. I'm not that worried. But yeah, it should be. Hopefully we can. I mean, we're in the playoffs, so that's why I'm just starting to plan one way or the other. I don't think, looking at the standings, we're 3 games back of the second record, so we're going to be playing in the wild card series. So if we can get our 3 best pitchers in the wild card series, and then I would think it'd be the divisional round would start on that Saturday. So that could be Wheeler or Lauer. I mean, hopefully Wheeler at that point, and then 2 more days, and then game here, which could be, then we could start a rotation over again and have a 4-man rotation of 5-game series, right? Like, but yeah, I mean, it's getting down to the end. But we still can win the division, and we're in the playoffs. So that's big. We are in the playoffs. You go to owner and reach the playoffs. We've reached the playoffs. So that's good. it's really good. So yeah, and at the end of the year, we are going to make some money. I mean, and then we still have. We look at this draft expenses. We budgeted for 15 million, and we only used 13 million. So that's an extra 2 million. Yeah, 2 million ish getting put back in there. So that was in there. So I mean, we still have to take out the amateur free agent, but if we can make $14 million, he should not be upset about $14 million, along with making the playoffs and getting playoff revenue. So that will do it for this episode. Please like, subscribe, comment, click on one of the videos that's on the screen now, and have a great day.